Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. The hypothetical question I am about to ask you could, I'm not saying it will or won't be, but it could be very important in the next coming days or weeks or whatever, okay? If you met up with Jason Blundell and you were given free reign to ask him questions, what would you ask and why? Okay? Now, there is some important stuff to remember in a situation like this, right? First of all, Jason is a bit of a troll, because he works at Treyarch, which means he has to be a troll. It's the nature of his job. And so, if you ask him a very specific and direct question, like, hey Jason, is Mob of the Dead in Nikolai's mind? Do-do-do-do, play X-Files music here, he's gonna say, pass. He's not gonna say yes, he's not gonna say no, he's not gonna explain anything, he's just gonna say pass, straight up. Because he's not going to talk about theories in that way. He's not going to close doors or open other doors in that manner, unless it suits his agenda for whatever stuff he has planned. So, for example, when I asked during my lightning round, is Richtofen the Bald Man in the First Strike poster, that's information that at this point is kind of dead in the community, but my asking of the question and his then answer saying no, that revived that whole topic and got everyone talking about it, right? So, if you could ask him any questions that were smart questions that he could actually give an answer to, what would you ask him and why? That is the first hypothetical scenario that I want to talk about in this video and have just talked about. The next thing is a little different, just a little, okay? If you could record any videos you liked with Jason, okay? So let's say, just hypothetically, that Jason ended up coming back into the UK for Gorod Krovi, like he did with Zetsubo no Shima, because with Zetsubo, he came into the UK on launch day, I recorded like 2 or 3 videos with him, that was fantastic, and I asked a load of questions and did all that, and that was great. So, if you were in that position for DLC 3 for Gorod Krovi, and he was coming into the UK, and you could record some videos with him, what would you record, and why? That's hypothetical question number 2, because you could record a lightning round like I did, although that's my format, so don't steal it, okay? But there are plenty of other formats as well that you could quite happily explore and branch into, but what would they be? And with all these questions, by the way, I really hope that you guys are going to be giving me some whys, because that's sort of the important thing here is, it's all well and good coming up with an idea, but if you can't justify it, then it's moot, right? So, what sort of videos would you record with Jason Blundell? If you had like an hour or 2 hours or a whole day, whatever it would be, what would you record with him? I'd be really interested in hearing your thoughts and your ideas, simply because there's a chance that he'll be around in the UK for DLC 3. I don't know. I honestly don't know if he's going to be in the UK for launch day like he was last time. I honestly don't know that. But I'd be really interested in hearing your thoughts regardless. Hopefully, I'm very hopeful that I get a chance to talk to Jason. It would be a shame if I didn't, because I feel like there are some things from the lightning round that would be good to explore further in further content with him, and I always enjoy talking to the dude. He's awesome, so it's always fun. But I'd also like to try and branch out into some other content ideas, not just the lightning round, and not just the straight-up interview, if given the opportunity. And so, having some of your guys' ideas in there will mean that I can make the best content possible if, and only if, such a scenario were to arise. So, I've been MrRoflWaffles. Hopefully this has got the gears in your brain turning, and you're now thinking of some really creative and inventive questions for Jason, and also potentially some really creative content formats for me, like instead of doing a lightning round, maybe I have to do like a thing where he says yes to 2 questions and no to 1 other question or something. Some other format. Something, okay? But make sure you remember that Jason is a troll and will not answer anything directly unless it suits the Treyarch agenda. That is the key to all of this, okay? So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been not necessarily very substantive in terms of content, but maybe it will lead to some substantial content in the future. I don't know. So, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. Leave a like if you are excited for whatever might be coming in the future. I'm certainly excited. I hope you guys are too. Without further ado, though, I'm going to wrap things up, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.